What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Lloyd Credo, and I'm coming at you here, guys, with my prophecy deck profile. As you can see, it's been a while since I've done a deck profile, but let's go ahead and get this started. As you can see, I play 3 High Priestess. She's the heart and soul of the deck. That's how it goes. You're gonna run the deck. Please run 3. Anything less, and you're selling yourself short, pretty much. Next, I play 3 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. I call him my little blue soldier. He puts in so much work in the deck, guys. He's pretty much another Secrets on legs. Now with Master, he's a 2500 beater. When double power, also that gets you a double search. You have to run 3 of this guy, because opening up 6 secrets it's just broken. You have to open up with that secret. You need that secrets to go off first turn. You have to do it. Next, I'm playing 2 Justice of Prophecy. I really like the setup, the Priestess setup in hand with her. Kind of hurts a little bit now with Mind Crush running around, pretty much getting excited in against Prophecy and things like that, but with the advent of Spellbook Judgment Day, I don't really see her as it being too much of a problem. The deck's pretty fast. Running 2 Breakers, just for spell and trap removal, and for the 1900 beater, the 2900 beater under power. He pretty much gets over just about everything in the game with power. Without power, he's just there removing the back row, removing pesky cards in the back that you really don't want to go off. He pretty much just clears the way for your Priestess so that she can get in and start blowing things up. Run 2 Effect Veilers. It's a spellcaster. It's a level 1 tuner, and it stops effects. I mean, there's best card in the deck, one of the best cards in the deck. Stops effects, and you can tune from anything from 4 to freaking gates. So Veiler is really good in this deck. It's really versatile, especially with life, and you can also make it a 2000 beater now, so that's not too shabby. I play 1 copy of Temperance, just because you do need that instant High Priestess from time to time. You do need her to come out and start wrecking, and she does not have to be on the field to resolve the effect, to be able to special summon the priest. She does not have to be on the field to see the spellbook activated. As long as you activated 1, you're good. If you activate 1 and then summon her, you're golden. Go ahead and get that priestess out, and go ahead and start putting in the work. I'll run a copy of Injection Fairy Lily and Jalgan in the main board. These cards are really, really good right now. Mainly because just some of the answers. They give you answers for things that Prophecy doesn't have outs to, like Nectaria Beast, Barkion. I don't know why Barkion would bother you, but Beast definitely. They get over that. She gets over Shein. She gets over your problem monsters that's gonna hinder your Priestess. That Ophion that's coming out, yeah, she gets over that. So you definitely have to run her. And with Jalgan, he stops all of that. You can get Jalgan on the field first turn with protection, you're golden. So I run 1 of each. I would like to run a 2nd Jalgan and side out the Injection Fairy Lily, but that'll come when I get my other Jalgan. And then last but not least, double Tragodia. You still have hand advantage like crazy in this deck. Trag is still really, really good in this deck, and then sometimes you do get that Gustav Max burn off. Being able to take your opponent's set level 7 monsters and go for Big Eye with High Priestess. Being able to mimic monsters in your grave and go for that necessary exceed play. Trag's just really clutch in this deck, and I like them a lot. I like opening up with them. I like drawing into them. But that's it for my monsters. For spells, I run obviously Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Holy Trinity. That's must have for this for any deck in this meta. Gotta run these 3. They're game changers by themselves. There's really no need for explanation there. Run 3 Spellbook of Secrets for the same reason that you run 3 Spellbook Magicians. Being able to tutor out any spellbook in this deck that you need is I can't even begin to explain to you how valuable that is in this deck. You have to be able to search, and there's so many different ways to do the searching with secrets and with power. Being able to recycle with tower, there's so many ways to recycle and search out your spell books, and being able to open up one way to do it every game is essential. I run 2 spellbook towers. The card is amazing. It's one of the best field spell cards in my opinion. Being able to recycle that book back and then draw again, that's 2 draws per turn. That's hand advantage your opponent can't keep up with. If they destroy it, they get punished for it. You get the special summon, whatever you need at that point in time, generally a Jowgen or a Lily. If they're getting ready and going for the push, you don't really want that chump block. You want to be able to go ahead, take that hit, or you want to shut them out from something. So, Tower's just really, really good. 2 Spellbook of the Master. I don't run 3. I don't feel like it's necessary. At 3 clogs a lot, especially with the restriction that you have to control a spellcaster type monster. 3, it will be dead too often. You recycle so much in this deck, and it's not necessary. 2 is the perfect number. Being able to get a double search off, or being able to power something up and then get your double search, or being able to pull 2 books out of the banish pile. The card's very, very versatile. It opens up all types of amazing plays when you normal summon your Spellbook Magician and you copy that power that's in your graveyard, and your opponent never sees that coming. Or you power and then copy the power again. Nobody ever sees that 2500 Spellbook Magician coming at them, but it's a good card. It's a good play. Right now I'm running double power. I used to run 3. But now I'm sticking it at 2. It's really good at 2. I recycle these 2 like crazy. I'm always making sure I have at least 1 in the deck for searching. And the card is good. 1,000 point boost, and then I get a search when I destroy a monster. That is too good for me to pass up. No need for me to run more than 2 though. Wisdom, I'm running 2. I've been thinking about bumping it up to 3 because I find myself searching it out a lot with secrets when I open up with Priestess in hand, and I wanted to hit the field safely. So I'm probably going to bump this up to 3 and just run it at 3 because the card is really good. It's a Themes land, it's searchable, and it's one of the few spellbooks that you can activate more than once in a turn. So that makes the card just extremely versatile. Right now I'm running 1 Star Hall, but I'm probably going to take this Star Hall out for a 3rd Wisdom. Like I just said, I like the card. The point boost is amazing. The Rhoda effect when it gets destroyed is amazing. However, I don't find myself searching it enough, and by the time I do get it out, it's really more. It's win more for me. Like I've pretty much won the game, and I'm just trying to being mean to put some more damage on the board before. I'm running 1 Spellbook of Life. I might possibly bump it up to 2, but at the moment in time, I'm pretty satisfied with 1. As it is, I rarely have to use the 1. I'm generally winning by the time I even get to a point or a situation where I need to activate Life and bring back the Priestess or bring back whatever. Normally, Life is just going for a spellcaster and grab that I can sync her off with my Effect Veiler. So, right now, 1's good. I'm only running 1 Spellbook of Fate. I'm definitely gonna bump this back up to 2 once I get another Fate in. The card is amazing. It does not target, neither effect target, so that screws over a lot of decks. The fact that it doesn't target. Banish 3, you can banish any card that your opponent controls, and that gets rid of your problem cards. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be banishing 2 and using it for a Book of Moon effect. Whether that's flipping your Spellbook Magician down to plus off of him again before he gets destroyed, or flipping down your opponent's monster so that you can keep your spellcaster safe. Put this on the field, put this on the field with a Jowgen for protection, and just watch your opponent rage. They can't do anything. They can't do any special summon. They're going to try to get rid of that Jowgen as soon as possible, and this is just going to be shutting them down. definitely going to be bumping it up to 2. Probably going to test it at 3 to see how I like it there, but it's definitely getting bumped up to 2. And only running one Eternity. I feel like I only need one. I use Eternity 1 or 2 times a game, maybe. Contrary to popular belief, I don't do a whole lot of banishing with this deck. I do most of my banishing with Fate, and so with Fate going up to 2, I might try this. I might test this at 2. Keep it at 1, see how it goes. But if I see that I'm lacking, I'll probably jump it up to 2 to go along with Fate. That way, I can re-toolbox my out of play spell books. That's all for my spells. For my traps, I'm running 3 Threatening Roar. The card is good. It keeps my Spellbook Magicians alive. It keeps my Jowgen alive. It keeps my Priestess alive. It keeps everything alive. And being able to stop that battle phase. Not on top of that, it's also chainable. So it wastes their MST. It wastes their heavy. It wastes their card destruction on something that they can't really stop. And it paves the way for my compulses and things like that. Run 2 compulses. I find against a lot of matchups that if you make them waste the normal summon, that's pretty much all they have for their push. Sams, you stop that normal summon, that's pretty much all they have. There's not much that people can do about it. You're swinging into my Jowgen, bounce your attacking monster back to your hand. If you're trying to swing over my Spellbook Magician, bounce it back to your hand. I find that compulsory stops a lot of plays, and I've really enjoyed it at 2. I'm still enjoying it so far, so I'm going to keep on playing the 2, and unless I see something better, or unless I find something that works better in the main board, I'm liking this. I played 1 Solemn Warning. I didn't like it when it was at 2, but now that Warning's down to 1, I have given it a shot because I can afford 1 spot, and so far I've been liking it. It's put in a lot of work. I know locals last Saturday I was playing Sam's and Warning won me a game, getting rid of their Shein. So I like it a lot. I mean, it's Warning. There's not really much I can say about it. It's been putting in work, and as long as I have the life points to play it, I'm going to play it. Also playing 1 Torrential Tribute. Probably don't really see that happening much either. Generally, I advertise the Fate Flip Down Spellbook Magician combo, and that they swarm, and they think when they attack that's what's going to happen, but after they swarm, I flip over the Torrential Tribute, waste their field, and they're stuck. They're just sitting back row and passing the turn to me, so I can go ahead and finish the game up. That's it for my main deck. And now let me go ahead and get to my side deck so I can show you guys what I have going on here. Doing 2 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I've tried him in the main before, but I much prefer him as side deck because he's bad against some matchups, but he's great against others. Obviously Dark Worlds. He's great in the mirror just because your opponent can't really banish cards from the graveyard. So that's really good in the mirror. That's really good against Dark Worlds. That's really good against any deck that's going to be banishing from the graveyard. He'll be a main. I think he remains a side deck staple, especially with the rise of these elemental dragons. He'll definitely come in handy game 2 there. So that's really all there is to say. Kaiku is an amazing card, being able to do what he does. I side into 2 Tsukuyomi. I was maining 2 of her, but I put her back in the side and decided to go ahead and start maining Jowgen and Injection Fairlily, and I've really been liking that a lot more. She does work. She does recycle my Spellbook Magicians. She does flip down pesky monsters from the opponent, but that's all she does. And with power, she's only 21, so it's really hard for her when she flips something face down to get over it unless I have a monster already on field. She does bounce herself back to my hand, and that's really good for me to reuse her, but right now I like her more in the side deck, and so that's what I'm going to be playing her in, unless I see something that works better in the side. Two-dimensional fissures are in my sideboard. I don't have 3, otherwise I'd be running 3. This stops a lot of things right now without really hurting the deck too much. We don't really need our monsters, just the High Priestess, and she's going to be well protected. So, being able to stop people from pitching for costs, or being able to stop Dark Worlds, and being able to stop just a lot of decks out there. Mermails, most likely would be Mermails, and just being able to stop them from getting their plays off because they can't get over the fissures. Good enough for me. If I can stop you for a couple of turns, we're good. Aside 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, just more spell and trap hate pretty much. I've got Priestess, I've got Breaker, and I side into 2 Mystical Space Typhoons. That's so much spell and trap hate, and it's really hard to come back from your back row just being wiped clean. Right now I'm siding 1 Royal Decree. I'm going to put my 2nd Royal Decree back in here though, because I really like the 2 Royal Decrees in the side, and I went against Exodia, FTK, and this weekend in locals, and Royal Decree really put in work. I only had 1 copy in my whole freaking deck, and I pulled that 1 copy, and there was nothing he can do after that. And just because the simple fact of the matter is that you can run into rogue decks like that. Dino Rabbit is still a deck, and this is 1 card they really can't contend with. They have to waste resources to get rid of it, so I'm definitely going to jump this back up to 2. Siding 1 copy of Soul Drain, but I'm probably going to take it off for that 2nd Royal Decree. I don't see myself siding it in too much. Even when I'm going against Mermail, I just put in my fissures and just kind of go from there. I put in my fissures, I put in my Mind Crush, and just kind of go from there, put in my rivalries and pray. I don't have enough hate in my side deck for them. I don't think that I should have 1 slot dedicated to them. This is good against other decks, but it's as far as my locals and from what I've seen of the meta, I have side deck cards to handle that. So I'm probably gonna take this out. I side in 1 copy of Solemn Judgment. It's the other half of the Solemn Duo. No explanation needed. It's not in the main because of the fact that it doesn't stop special summoning effects. If it did, I'd mainboard it, but it doesn't, so I'd rather side the warning out and side it in. 2 copies of Mind Crush. A lot of decks these days search, and searching is your friend. And searching is your friend, and then searching is their friend, and Mind Crush makes it not so much friendly. You can call the card they just searched out and severely cripple their plays because if they searched it, they needed it. And last but not least, I side 2 Rivalry of Warlords. It's a good card. Everything in my deck is spell casters with the exception of Trag, so I just side those out, side these in, and there's not much the opponent can do about it. And last but not least, guys, I have my extra deck for you. 1 copy of Armory Arm, 1 TG Hyper Librarian, 1 Tempest Magician, 1 Arcanite Magician, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Crimson Blader, 1 Shining Elf, 1 Gotcha Guntetsu, 1 Steel Swarm, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Utopia, 1 Cowboy, and then Big Eye. Pretty standard extra deck, I believe. It's nothing too special. The only thing I really use in the doggone thing is Big Eye, Shining Elf, and Armory Arm. Every once in a while, just to finish the game, I'll go into Cowboy. Or if I'm really in the situation where I need to stall, I'll go into Utopia. But for the most part, I don't touch it too much. You don't have to. Once I get another Maestro, I'll replace the Steel Swarm, but I let a friend get it from me because I just don't go into it all that often. There's other rank 4 options I'd rather go into that would help me more than Maestro. But yeah, guys, that is it. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I will probably be posting some more deck profiles as I get the cards in to finish these decks up that I have. But this is Lord Credo, guys. And once again, rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.